Hey friends, Aaron from Beansprout here. I'm working on this Keech Banjo Uke, and as you may have heard before, I've been talking about how these mechanisms work in old banjo ukes. They all seem to be a little bit different, and the Keech one is really interesting. So, as a reminder, Keech is one of the people who claims to have invented the banjo uke, or the Banjo Ukulele, or the ukulele banjo, whatever you want to call it. His design seems to be based around this aluminum casting. So this is an aluminum casting that's then machined where it needs to be flat, and then it's drilled and tapped and everything. So it's clearly a product of industry, and I'm curious if Keech found the connections to start up a business to make a casting like this because of his dad's industrial connections, but that's just my speculation. Anyway, what's going on here is this aluminum ring is inside this wooden hoop, and the wooden hoop is kind of just decorative. Like, you know, it's really the aluminum thing that's doing the job. The neck is bolted to the hoop, and unfortunately in this case, this instrument's hoop was so twisted that I had to recarve how this fits in order to get a good neck angle. So anyway, it's a turning made out of two pieces of wood. You can see a little lap joint here, and then a lap joint there. It's got this aluminum casting, and then it's got screws everywhere. I had to replace the screws because they were so tiny. They had ripped out long ago. So I put some heavier screws in, which really stiffened up the pot and made the whole thing a lot stronger. I even put like a drywall screw into here, into the neck, to tighten up this joint. So what happens next is, got this little ring, which is kind of like really thin sheet metal. It's kind of rolled over and brazed. It fits here, and then this wooden plate goes on top of that, and then all of these screws go through here and down into the tapped holes in the casting. And when you tighten all those screws, it pushes this ring up. So when it's all tight, you can see another raised ring in here. I guess I could call it a tone ring. So to tighten the head, you have to do two steps. You have to tighten all of these little banjo hooks and nuts. Then the tone ring goes inside, and that gets pushed down with the plate. So it's a really kind of complicated mechanism. We'll see how this all sounds once it gets buttoned up. I've never actually played one or heard one, to my knowledge. Yeah, and really the weakness on the one I got was just how warped the wooden thing was, but rescrewing it to the aluminum thing has really stiffened things up. So stay tuned for more.